So who are the bigger cowards, cops or Texans? Texans get a nomination for how they're handling the gerrymandering, for one. They are afraid to actually have an election, so they have to cheat. The Texas Republicans do. So that's very cowardly. But the Texas population in general is very cowardly because when Trump and Kristi Noem, kid killer Kristi Noem, flood killed with their cold flooded killing instincts and plans, they flood killed dozens of Christian girls and hundreds of Texans. And then Trump went down there to gloat about how perfectly he flood killed your neighbors. And Texans didn't do anything. I was saying, this would be the opportunity for Texans to grab him by the posse. Because Texans are all about posses. Texans are all about standing up for themselves, and they don't need the rest of the government. They just need themselves. They didn't stand up to a tyrant who came down there to gloat over killing their neighbors. So I said at the time, we'll get something out of this. We'll either get Trump in jail or Trump stopped somehow, second president to end up in Texas, or we'll get the proof that Texans are a bunch of cowards. Texans are all talk and no action. Texans are all about their 2A, but it's just a bumper sticker. It's not going to translate to real life. And then we've got cops, because cops are super cowards too. Cops supposedly give such a major shit about cops getting killed. They'll have parades and they'll really make a big deal about when one of their own gets killed. Unless it's being killed by January 6th Trump Putin terrorists. And they're fine with Trump releasing all those terrorists. They're fine with that. And now that one of their terrorists is killing a cop and shooting hundreds, I've heard 4 and I've heard 500. I've heard that this Trump Putin terrorist shot 4 rounds at the CDC building with the way they tried to downplay it in the first place. And now I've heard he shot 500 rounds at the CDC building. This RFK Jr. terrorist. And he killed a cop. Cops don't care. Cops aren't standing up for their own. Cops aren't going to stop Trump, who's going to activate more of these terrorists to kill more cops in the future. Cops don't care. Cops have qualified immunity. Cops can kill people all the time without any consequences. And some cops have bravely stood up to, with words, have used their words to stand up to ICE kidnappers in their communities. But have they shot any of them yet? Because cops can kill people without any consequences. Have you used that power? Use that power on motorists, but not kidnappers?